Yo, what is going on, guys? We have another POV video, and I'm actually here at our vacation hotel in LA. But anyways, I wanted to show you guys the trade that's going to pay for this trip. And I did start off with a loss today. I ended with a win. I'll show you all of that. But I do want to tell you guys, sometimes I take trades on stream and sometimes I take trades off stream. And the reason for that is I know that certain people have certain risk tolerances, and I don't want to be putting people in an unnecessary drawdown, and I also know what's better for myself and my own drawdown. If I take a trade, I might be lower size when it comes to my funded accounts, whereas I know everyone else is probably going in full size. So I'm very conservative when it comes to my streams, and we've done absolutely amazing playing it conservatively. We just passed a 150K. I'm eligible for a payout on another account, and that's what comes from being conservative. But I also want to see growth on my own funded accounts. So sometimes what that takes is taking more trades, taking a little bit more risk in order for me to have better progress. So going over to the charts this morning, let's go see what happened. So first things first, let's take a look at what trade we took with the stream. So I'm on the 15-minute chart right now. If we look down here, we have a 15-minute fair value gap stacked up on top of each other. So the reason why I was initially bearish was because we had swept out the daily high from yesterday. We had all these targets that were left, which were basically session lows, Asia low, and just some other lows that we had. Going down to the lower time frame, what did the entry look like? So we had this fair value gap right here, and this was the trade. Initially worked out, but then did not go in our favor. Was a small loss for what would have been a 1-4. And this is a trade that I took on stream. I was very conservative with it, and obviously I want to make the stream money and I want them to retain their accounts. So I called it a cut right there. We're no longer going to take any more trades. But on my side, I still continue to trade. Over here on YM, we have these two fair value gaps. They're met with an order block right here. And at this point, I had changed my bias from bearish to bullish due to this 5-minute on NQ, where we actually come above, have a inversion fair value gap. And then at that point, we just had all these vulnerable highs. And so if we're extremely bullish on one asset, then it's totally fine to be bullish on the other asset because they obviously move together. So overall, this was the entry right here on the CE. Stop right here. And then we took a quick scalp for a 1-2. Very simple trade. If we look on YM, it actually had some interesting structure. So we came down and we took all of the sell side that we wanted to take on NQ, which was the Asia low, just some other lows that we had combined. And so actually YM was the better trade here in terms of longs because we had already taken out that sell side liquidity. Now, something that's going to make you better as a trader is going to be if you really deserve it. And let me explain what I mean by that. If you really deserve it, you will get a payout. If you really deserve it, you will pass a funded account. And what does that mean? Are you putting in the work in order to have that funded account? Are you putting in the work in order to get that payout? Because I know if you're tracking your trades, if you're having your pre-market analysis, if you're doing all the things right, you're gonna see progress, and you also have to feel like you deserve it. because you have to train your body, your mind, your actions when you're going in for a trade and things don't work out. Now, a lot of people, they take that loss and they continue to compound that loss, whether it be taking another trade, going in full size again. But really, after every single trade, I want you guys to sit back and analyze, what do you have that's gonna make you better? And should I be downsizing? Should I be like, actually think, actually be aware of your actions as a trader and what the next step is. I know I had phenomenal progress last week, and then I took one loss on one of my funded accounts, which was 150K with Top Set. And from that one loss, I said, okay, that's it. I'm gonna take a little break from this account. Now, most people will go in and they'll continue to pound, trying to get back that drawdown. But I know, because I took that one little loss, it's going to affect my psychology. And I want to just take a break from that account in order for me to organize, figure out what my next step is. I'm not rushing into things. You guys just rush into things without thinking. You have to think what your next step is. But with all that said, you guys always have to journal, always have to have some kind of pre-market routine or just pre-market analysis. But if you guys enjoyed this style of video, I will be doing some more. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. We do have some instant funded accounts here with Legacy Funded Futures. If you message me on Discord, I will give you all the details, the pricing, the rules, all of that. They're exclusive, they're limited time. We're not giving out 1 million of them. We're only gonna have a few because we're testing them. But of course, if you guys enjoyed the video, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.